Look at the smoothness of that jib cam as it goes all over the studio. Hello, everybody. This is another year of the Survivor Bracket Challenge on CBS News Bay Area. I'm your host, yet again, Vern Glenn, proud alum of the University of Virginia, the only one in this building that can wear an official NCAA championship t-shirt from 2019. Now, we have an esteemed group of Bay Area bracketologists and connoisseurs that are making college basketball picks, but only one will be our survivor. To my left, here we go. We got Jocelyn Moran. She's the first timer.
Yes.
Pride of San Diego State, getting ready for that College of Charleston first round matchup.
Yep.
Next to her, our defending champion, Liz Cook. We all have been wondering for a whole year, how does she do it? How does she win these office pools?
I'm wondering the same thing.
And she is back to defend.
5 times.
Five-time champion. Can you believe it? That's a lot of pressure for Ryan Yamamoto, the pride of San Francisco State.
Go Gators.
That's right, go Gators. And then next, we have an Arizona State Sun Devil, Gianna Franco, all ready to go.
Yes.
What do you think? You got you guys have kind of figured it out.
Feeling good.
I've been in the lab.
Feeling confident.
I've been in the lab.
I'm observing as the newcomer.
They're
here.
studying.
Yeah,
They're studying.
Look at all the notes Gianna has.
I'm not like Gianna's got this down.
It's all to psych y'all out, so.
You know what the great thing about this thing is? You don't have to have played the game before or be the expert. I mean, you just have to guess right.
Yeah. All right.
You know?
50-50 shot.
And Liz Cook has been able to do it better than anybody else in this building.
Once in a while, a blind
amazing.
squirrel gets a nut.
She has an algorithm, analytics. She has a whole team that helps her out.
A whole routine. Yeah. I researched for months.
Wow, man.
None of that.
Did you learn any of that in the Annenberg School of Journalism?
I learned none of it. But I was very happy to see my Trojans are represented in the bracket today. I don't know how far they're going to go, but there you go.
Now, everybody, I think, except for Ryan, has a team in this 64-team field.
Well, we're Division II, so what are we going to do? You know, I mean, they can't. We've been to the Division II tournament twice.
Okay, all right.
That's pretty good.
So we're okay.
Okay.
Every now and then we get in.
Sure, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one day San Francisco State will come up to our level. All right, so, are you ready for some of the rules of this one? Okay, let's we got rules. We got the scoring competition here. Now, every correct bracket pick will get you 10 points in the first round. It's pretty good. Now, that will double for every round after.
Okay.
You will not be penalized for making an incorrect pick. You will just not get any points. So that's so there you go. So they won't get any negative points, only positive points if you guess correctly. All right, so now that we have gotten through all of the rules, let's get to the good stuff. It's time to tip this bad boy off with our first competitor, C'est moi.
He's a proud Virginia alum, where he once had a class with the great Ralph Sampson. He's an honorary Harlem Globetrotter with plenty of game. Our host, running point, Vern Glenn.
All right, we got the bracket right here, and we're going to start with the South. Why? Maybe because I went to Virginia. I see the Cavaliers right there, and I see them getting fairly far, even past San Diego State, Jocelyn.
What?
Already.
All right, Virginia is led by Kahee Clark. He is the point guard of this one. He's really what makes it go. And if you know anything about Virginia basketball, it's all about defense. Just put on a jacket. Just imagine not being able to get that jacket off. That's how they play defense, and they just shut you down, keep the scoring low, come back, they set picks, they make shots, and that's how they win the game. And that is a secret to their success. But their run is going to end because they're going to be playing the Alabama Crimson Tide. They are the #1 seed in this entire NCAA tournament. Everything they do is at the elite level. They've got Brandon Miller. He is their All-American guard. He's going to be a lottery pick for the NBA. He does everything, and he's got a supporting cast. Just enough offensively and defensively. If you make a mistake, they're going to kill you. So that's why the Alabama Crimson Tide are going to make it through the South. Now, from that, let's go to the East. How about that? And in the East, the two of the blue bloods of the NCAA tournament, Duke and Kentucky, are all a part of it. But they're targets. They got a target on their back because they are blue bloods. And for that, I see Kentucky being taken out by Providence. Providence coming out of the Big East, and I think
Big upset.
that at some point, gang, an 11 has to beat a 6, a 12 has to beat a 5. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. Why?
I saw that too.
I'm looking down there and I see Michigan State versus USC.
Yeah.
And you don't have my Trojans.
I thought you might
Vern,
ask about that one.
I'm very disappointed.
I'm just going based on the past history of Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans. He builds this team to peak when the NCAA tournament gets there. USC, for as much as I love them, for the tuition that I pay to send my kid there, I would love to go the other way, but I feel like USC just, I'm not saying they barely got in, but they were one of the 4 from the Pac-12
But
to
that
get in.
helps them though. They got a little fight. They got a little something to prove. Don't you think that counts for something?
Well, yes, it does, because there's a lot of teams that play with a chip on their shoulder, and that just kind of gets them through. But Michigan State, I mean, you just ask Draymond Green. They're just tough and they're gritty, and they just kind of
I see that.
And that's why I picked the Spartans to get as far.
You basically support the program.
Yeah, I do. I get it. See this? There's no money in my pocket. You see that? Yeah. All the tuition money is gone. That's right. Anyway, so I'm on the Marquette train because Marquette Warriors, they're led by Shaka Smart, and I think one of those teams that's just peaking at the right time at this tournament. They're the winners of the conference, and so I see Marquette going all the way through. And for as much as everybody loves Purdue, which is kind of the sexy pick coming out of that region, I think Marquette is going to make it through the East. Okay, so we've done South, we've done East, and let's go. I believe it's Midwest. Okay, so Midwest. Okay.
Ooh,
Indiana Hoosiers. Okay, I got them going pretty far. Indiana. I love Trace Jackson Davis. Again, he's going to be another future NBA player. I love them getting as far as Houston. Houston is like they may be the best team of them all. But something about the Texas Longhorns, they're never out of a game. They win the close games, and because of that, led by Marcus Carr, their terrific guard. I just feel just in my gut, and it's a big gut. I feel in my gut of an upset coming and the Texas Longhorns getting through. So that's the Midwest, and after that, we've got the West. And is this the year that St. Mary's gets out of the first round?
Yes.
It's been tough for them. So everyone's going to pay attention to Kansas, UCLA, Gonzaga. I'm not overlooking Arkansas, an 8 seed. They got the NBA prospect, Nick Smith. I've got the Zags over UCLA. This is a rematch of a previous Final Four. So, yes.
I have another question.
I
have another question. You know, we're seeing a name on there we don't often see when it comes to elite sports. I mean, every 10 years they do maybe, but Northwestern. And I see them. Interesting that you picked them to win over Boise State. I know they're ranked higher. But Northwestern, not something I think of basketball.
I'm just looking at the power of the Big Ten. Big Ten, they got 8 schools in. So I just figure, Northwestern, for as much of a sad sack as they've been in football, maybe sometimes basketball. I just feel
they're very smart.
I'm gonna give them the win over Boise State.
Okay, all right.
So there you go.
The Wildcats.
Those are my regions. All right. So Final Four. Here we go. Alabama, Marquette, Texas, Arkansas. I got Texas knocking off the Razorbacks, facing Alabama, and my national champion, Alabama, coming all the way through.
Okay.
That's my spiel. Okay. That's how I look at it. Now, on to the next competitor in this NCAA bracket.
From USC to the anchor desk, she is a woman of Troy and KPIX's queen of bracketology. The champ is here, Elizabeth Cook.
Oh, believe it or not, I do have kind of a method to the madness, and I think it's about not preparing.
But the first thing I noticed
not putting major thought into this.
No notes. Look at that. No notes.
No notes, because honestly, I don't really even remember who I picked. So we're just gonna go and
from a 5-time champion.
But you know what? That's okay, because it's always kind of worked for me. Again, I don't put a lot of preparations, thought.
This is all an act.
This
is all an act.
I wish I could say it was.
She watches every Saturday. You're watching every college basketball game.
Taking notes.
You're taking notes. You have it on DVR. You're watching all the games back. I know.
Last year,
orders her husband to take the kids.
Yes,
so she can study this down.
No.
Right.
Remember poor Charlie Walter last year?
I hate to say it. Your bracket is busted. You must leave the Survivor bracket challenge.
He was out in like the second round, and here I stood and he had stacks of notes.
Yep.
Yeah, no. All right, let's get to my picks though.
Okay.
Because I do sort of remember some of these, believe it or not. Okay, so up here, up top, Alabama, not a huge stretch there. And honestly, whenever it comes to like the first round, I don't really predict a lot of upsets. I mean, sometimes it happens, but I think mostly upsets sometimes happen in like these rounds.
Okay.
So I kind of go by the numbers if I'm not really sure. And then I go with my favorite schools. Okay. So I have Alabama doing really well here, going all the way to, I think, the quarterfinals, right? Against Baylor.
Yep.
And then another big one I have that I thought was interesting, Arizona. I saw them going.
All right, the Wildcats.
The family go to Arizona. There you go. SDSU, because I knew Jocelyn went there, and I got to support my girl.
I noticed you have Virginia over San Diego State.
Virginia beating San Diego State?
Well,
she only likes you for one round.
Wow.
Just one round.
I feel like Virginia every year is scrappy, and they do well, and they always have a good team. So I felt like I wasn't quite sure, so I went for
Let me dig into this history. Didn't Virginia once kind of recruit you to play tennis?
Oh. You're thinking of Indiana.
Oh, Indiana, sorry.
I'm getting to them.
All right.
No, and I always root for my Hoosiers.
I think Liz is just playing to the host, playing for favors.
Yeah.
I might be. I might be. Say, you don't have to deduct that many. I guess we're not deducting points, but
no,
give me a little
not
extra here and there. Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Since,
all right.
I want to get to my Trojans as soon as I can. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Here we go.
Look at that.
That's it.
No surprise there.
Okay.
USC beating Marquette
Oh, my
there.
good. Oh,
now,
wow.
and then I have them facing Kentucky. And, you know, I'm not an expert, but I know Kentucky is usually pretty darn good when it comes to basketball. And so I, went out on a limb and said Kentucky.
Went with your head and not with your heart.
I know, and it's really sad because you want to go with your heart, but
Yeah.
sometimes when you want to win, too, you got to go with history.
But
Wow.
was Kentucky the upset from last year? Was that not Kentucky with St. Peter's? Was that
You are asking the wrong person.
Vern, was that last year?
Yeah, believe so. Yeah, St. Peter's had a nice run.
Yeah, that was the big upset that ruined everybody's brackets last
So what
year.
you're saying
And I
is
probably
that
picked
it might
them
happen again.
out of fluke. What?
Who knows?
So what she's saying is it might happen again.
May happen again.
It might happen
Might
again.
upset
Okay.
Kentucky.
Purdue, I knew enough that Purdue is expected to go really far. Always had an affinity for Purdue.
Okay,
And
Liz going chalk.
And,
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. Duke, I don't really care that much about Duke. So I went with Tennessee. And so you see, but I gave my Trojans a little bit of love.
That's
I know
a lot
that.
of love.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, I know, you know what,
That's
but
a
I
lot of
believe
love.
in the, a lot of Trojans do have a chip on their shoulder, and it works for them. So I'm thinking that they're gonna, they're gonna do okay.
Fight on.
In fact, the Trojans have the
Fight
men's
on.
team and the women's team.
That's right,
And
and their
it's,
basketball team has been pretty
Yeah.
good over. I mean, this year I know it
Yep.
was touch and go whether or not they were going to make it, but this year I have faith. Okay, let's move on to the next round. Midwest.
Midwest, okay.
Now you guys know.
All right.
Love my Indiana. Had them going pretty far.
Okay.
Unfortunately, losing to Houston, which was an interesting choice when I look at it now. And then Paul Hagan, Texas A&M
that's all for
alum.
Aggies.
And so I wanted to give him a little love and pick his A&M.
I like
to
that
go.
Iowa State Texas A&M matchup. That'd be a good game.
I think it's going to be a really good game. And then Iowa State and Houston, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
The weird upsets happen, and you're going, what? Where? What? But that's one of them. So, okay,
well,
move on to the last
We're
one.
not going
All
to
right,
doubt you.
West.
You're the defending champion.
And I love my St. Mary's. I love the Gales so much.
Wow,
I'm so happy for
Gales
them.
getting a few wins.
And so I know I have them going really far because they too really play with a lot of heart, a lot of soul, and that's what carries them through in some of these really tough games. So
My mom might take issue with you picking them over VCU. My mom taught English at Virginia Commonwealth. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I love your mom more. But tell them that, well, yeah. So St. Mary's, way to go. I'm so proud of them. And then ASU, Gianna.
Okay.
We'll see. Well, actually, we're waiting on this game, I think. We're waiting on this game to see who's going to be in, right? We're waiting on this.
That's
ASU.
a playing game.
Okay, all right.
Game, but it should be.
And then Northwestern, my Wildcats.
Hey.
You know, and I know I don't usually pick UCLA, but again, I have to put my heart aside and go with wanting to win.
The Trojan goes with the team from Westwood.
Like I said, this is not about heart and feeling. This is about trying to win. And I really don't think my poor Wildcats can pull it off over the Bruins. Although, you know what? Upsets happen. It's March Madness. It's madness.
You have ASU going that far?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Liz,
I love it.
But what if Nevada wins?
I think Nevada's going to win.
Well, the way the bracket's set up, if Nevada wins, though, doesn't she still get credit, right?
Yeah. Because look, it says ASU Nevada.
Yeah,
That's
ASU
right.
or
So I'm
Nevada.
kind of actually picking two schools. Ooh.
Oh, you get credit.
Judges have weighed in. She gets credit.
I'm kind of giving myself a little bit of a pat.
All right.
There. That's good. Okay. So wait, what's the next graphic here? This is my final one.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Final Four.
Baylor, Purdue. Purdue wins that one. Houston, Kansas. Kansas wins that. Kansas wins the
The
whole
Jayhawks.
guacamole.
Wow.
Liz's choice for national champion.
It's a pretty good choice.
I like it. I like it.
hey,
Fight on.
I can't wait to
Fight
see
on.
what Ryan Yamamoto has because he is next.
At 5'8" on a good hair day, he dominated the low post in the Bay Area Asian basketball leagues. Used to be able to dunk on a 9-foot rim. Runs marathons now because it requires zero hand-eye coordination. Former sports guy turned news anchor, Ryan Yamamoto.
Let's keep it very clear. I can no longer dunk on a 9-foot rim. Maybe at 8 foot, I can slap net. Slap a little bit of net, but I have no more talent, no more skills, no more hops.
But you do come from a school that won a state football championship in Pinole.
The Pinole Valley Spartans.
That's right.
Pinole Valley.
That's right.
and home of a Heisman Trophy winner.
Gino Toretta.
Gino Toretta.
That's right.
Wow. Class of '88, one year before me.
Wow.
So talent with the Spartans. Okay, let's take a look at the South bracket right now. I'm kind of like Liz.
Okay.
I went with that strategy. I had all my algorithms. I had all my analysts. I watch it every Saturday, and so I just have all the knowledge in my head right now. But as you can see, I went with just the #1 seed all the way, Alabama, going all the way to the Final Four. I think they're the most talented team of the bunch.
I agree.
I love San Diego State because I love San Diego.
oh, that's nice.
Best tacos in the world.
So nice.
San Diego State, go
don't have
Aztecs.
them.
But
Come on.
you know, I had to.
You're the third
I'm
person.
sucking up to the host.
Wow.
It's all about Vern. You gotta love Virginia.
All about the orange and blue, baby.
Yeah,
That's
they're
right.
a very tough team.
But we're consistent though. We had them advancing and then losing to Alabama.
Alabama's just they're too talented
Just
this
too
year.
good. Just too good.
Down here, some of the other brackets, Creighton, Baylor, have them going pretty far. This is the one. This is the tough one. Arizona. Look, I have Arizona going all the way to the Elite Eight.
Whoa.
I have an issue with the Pac-12.
Okay.
Because they cannibalize each other during the regular season?
The Pac-12 either goes really, really far or they're like a big bust early on in the tournament. And so this year, I think Arizona's going to go far. They had a great game in the Pac-12 tournament against UCLA. That was a fun game to watch.
Right.
So
I think Arizona suffers from East Coast bias because I think they just look at those Pac-12 schools as guard-oriented, shoot the long range, and when the shots don't fall, then they lose the game.
now that's a talented team,
Yeah.
but they're going to lose to Alabama. Alabama goes to the Final Four. Let's go to the next bracket in the East. Same thing. I have Purdue going pretty far, but they're going to meet Marquette.
That's
at the
right.
bottom.
Oh, you're with me on the
me and
the
Vern were
Marquette train.
Kind of on that
Okay.
same train there. with
Shaka
Marquette.
Smart.
Shaka
Yep.
Smart he always has his teams ready to play. Or Duke going far. I mean, this is what post Coach K season. This is their first season without Coach K.
Correct.
So I have them going a little bit further, although they had a kind of a slow start this year. But I think they've run
But they finished strong. They won the conference
won the
championship
conference. I think they
over
won
Virginia.
over 12 straight wins, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're playing well right now. Tennessee, Providence, no upsets, I don't think. I wanted to take Montana State in the Big Sky.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
More of a concern and a...
Oh, yes.
Concern.
This concern here?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, you have Michigan State beating my Trojans.
I had to explain why I did it. So Yams?
Well, I had Arizona going so far in the Pac-12, so I had to like balance out my picks for the Pac-12.
Well, what does Arizona have to do with USC? USC's not even in the Pac-12 anymore.
Well, not now.
Well,
soon.
okay.
Starting
In a couple
2024,
years.
they'll be in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I have to go with,
I'm not buying
Tom
it.
Izzo, Michigan State. I mean, it's Tom Izzo and Michigan State.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't go against Tom Izzo.
Yes,
and I'm
yeah.
sorry, that's just a bad matchup for USC.
Oh,
It is. It's a bad
that really
draw.
hurts my
You
feelings.
could go against Tom Izzo, but you didn't want to.
I don't want to, because I'm in it to win this.
Tom
I'm in it
Izzo
to
or
win
Liz
it.
Cook?
Win it.
Who are you going up against?
Wow. You have to sit next to her.
Who you
every
got to
day.
sit next to every day, buddy?
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
Can we still make changes?
Can I make changes? No, I can't make changes.
It's going to be
I gotta go with
frosty
this.
on that anchor desk.
I got to live with this.
Ryan,
The 5 o'clock's going to be a little spicy
You're
tonight.
forgetting where your bread is
Little
buttered, my
spicy.
friend.
All right, let's move on. We are in the
Midwest.
Midwest right now.
He's moving
Houston, I think Houston could have one of the great runs here also. But as you can see, I have Texas coming up. And Texas had that great game against Kansas.
God, great
To win the
minds
Big
think
12,
alike. Look at that
and so I
again.
have Texas moving on. I don't think I have any upsets in this. Oh, I'd have Kent State being Indiana. I have no idea why I picked that.
Wow.
I know there's a 13.
You know,
usually it's a 4.
You know, they say don't sleep on Kent State. They
Yeah.
say that's going to be a tough matchup for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, I have Miami
question.
going pretty far. Xavier, Texas A&M.
I
This
I have a
is
question.
We have Kenneth.
Oh, another question.
This is a question for the group.
Yeah.
Where is Kennesaw State?
I have no idea.
10 extra points for
Somewhere in the
anyone who knows that
Midwest.
Yeah. Not necessarily.
I
Is
think
it, is it, is it,
true.
Wisconsin? Is it in
Google.
Wisconsin?
I think it
It
is.
sounds like a Wisconsin
That's a
school,
Wisconsin
doesn't
name.
it?
Wisconsin. Kennesaw.
Kennesaw.
Kennesaw. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Kennesaw State.
Let's move on to the West right now. And here we go. We got
St.
Kansas
Mary's.
going all the way to the top.
Wow.
I have Gonzaga going far again. They're another team that always breaks my heart. I always think they're going to go farther than they do, but they didn't, but they don't. I also went with Northwestern, with the Wildcats, because like Liz was saying, every now and then they just, every 5, 6, 7 years, they have a good team. Plus, I have a really good buddy that's actually a Northwestern grad. He's making the trip from D.C. all the way to Sacramento because Northwestern's playing their first
I can
round
see
games
why.
there.
They never make it in.
Yeah, they never make it in, so he's making a big trip. So he's going to be hanging out in Sacramento.
Something to see.
So the big choice was, do I have UCLA or do I have Arizona going further in the Pac-12? That was a tough one, but I went with Arizona because they won the Pac-12 championship.
Ooh.
By the way, I looked it up. Kennesaw State in
Yes.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Oh,
Okay. Now I can see it now.
Not Wisconsin.
So it's more of a southern.
It's more
Kennesaw.
Yes.
More southern.
Kennesaw
Yes.
I go to
State.
Kennesaw.
Where do you go? I go to Kennesaw State. Oh,
I like it.
But bless their hearts.
yes, that's right.
They're not
Bless
getting
your
past the
heart.
first round.
So I have Kansas going all the way in this one. And so let's take a look at the Final Four. Alabama, Marquette, Texas, Kansas. Marquette going to the final game,
Wow.
taking on Kansas.
Another Kansas
And even though
Jayhawk pick.
Kansas lost the Big 12, they're going to become repeat champions
Wow.
of the tournament.
All right.
Go Wildcats.
First.
So you and Liz are thinking alike with that.
You are.
I'm not
Jayhawk.
going to talk
I
to
said
him until the
Wildcats.
USC game.
All right.
Yeah.
But, you
Yeah.
know.
Well done.
There you
Well
go.
done, Ryan.
That's the bracket.
All right, next up is Gianna Franco.
Turn.
Represent.
Don't let this mom with a sunny smile fool you. This former Sun Devil will burn you down with her picks. She's ready to blaze a trail to the Final Four. Let's go, Gianna Franco.
Love it.
Yeah, see how that rhymed?
Yeah.
Let's go, Gianna Franco. I'm a little competitive, so I do feel like Jocelyn and I, mornings against evenings here a little
Yes.
bit. So,
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry,
Ryan
did.
started it,
I
though.
did. You're right,
Yeah.
you did
Just
start
a
it.
bad-
So that's what you get.
She's two-fisted
I
it
am
with the notes,
two-fisted,
folks.
but
Look
you
at
know
that.
what? I've studied enough. No, I'm just kidding.
Leave the notes
actually.
aside.
I kind of did need those, but that's okay. We'll make it happen. Okay, so let's break down my first bracket here. And again, I really don't have a method, but I just wanted to make sure I knew a couple things going into this. I don't think it's any surprise we go here straight to Alabama, going very, 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 very far.
Okay.
One of the top teams in the country right now. So again, I think that's what a lot of people are picking. I'm just going to go with the flow on that one. SDSU, born and raised in San Diego, so I got to give SDSU a little love. Plus my girl Jocelyn.
Gotta give her credit.
Thank you.
You're looking at a former Miss San Diego County.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me have my moment. Once again, please.
Why did Virginia beat SCSU though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you had that
stop,
too.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
But I thought I thought there was morning love here.
Ryan,
What happened to the morning love?
The love only goes so far.
Oh, wow.
The competitiveness jumps in, and I have to be a little bit realistic. Virginia, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Virginia,
Yes.
you're welcome,
Thank
Vern.
you.
So I am going to definitely, plus, I don't know where the heck Furman is. I'm like, I have known nothing about that school. So I'm not going to go with Furman. Virginia's going to move on past SDSU. But after that, they're not going to go much further than Baylor. And I think Baylor is a very solid choice because that's what the computer told me. So definitely going to stick with Baylor.
Champions.
NC State, another pick that I thought was a little bit different. I always got to go with an 11 seed or maybe a 10 seed beating a better school. So NC State's going to be my pick in the South for that. So I'm giving them a little love when it comes to that.
Justin Williams, one of our sports producers, he'll be proud of that. He's a proud alum of NC State.
Well, there you go. See,
Yeah.
I did that for you, Justin. That was all for you then. Other than that, I really don't have any rhyme or reason for the rest of my picks in this bracket, except for the fact that Arizona seemed like a solid pick. I did spend some time there at ASU, not at University of Arizona, which is this one, but I'll keep it in the state. So that's my mentality there for Arizona to at least go to the point where Baylor will take them out, but then Alabama will go to the next step there. So that is my South.
Okay.
All right.
Remember it, love it, because it's going to be a winner.
And then the East?
Let's go to the East, friends. Let's go to the East.
look
Okay.
at this.
Purdue, again, top seed. No surprise here. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. To
Wow,
go pretty far.
Getting taken out by Kansas State.
Getting taken out by Kansas
Wow.
State.
Kansas State.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I spent a little time in Kansas State. I know what it's like there, so I want to
Okay.
give those Wildcats a little bit of love. Here, Florida Atlantic, no. Well, I just picked it because, I don't know, didn't really have much of a decision in that one. Duke seems pretty solid there as well when it comes to college hoops. Duke does pretty well, so I think that was a good choice. I wanted to go with Louisiana because our
the Raging
producer, the Raging
Cajuns.
Cajuns,
Yep.
our producer Travis Cobb, who's in our ears right now, he actually is from Louisiana. So there you go.
All right.
That's for you.
But does he
He's
like
from
Texas
Louisiana.
Pete or Louisiana sauce?
I hope Louisiana sauce.
Well,
right?
it brings up great debate on hot sauce.
We'll discuss. We'll
Okay.
discuss. Like, is it a hot dog or a sandwich? I don't know. We'll discuss that too later. Kentucky, a very solid pick as well. I went for Kansas State. I explained that already. Over Montana State, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Really had no.
Liz is happy. Liz is happy.
You're welcome. Michigan State or USC?
SC getting out of that first round.
That's for you. Getting out of the first round.
All right.
here.
Thank you.
But not going to get past Marquette. And the only reason I picked Marquette is because they're a second seed, and I like to say Marquette.
Yeah.
Say it with me.
Marquette Warriors.
Isn't that fun? It rolls off the tent. Oh,
I
we
have a
got
question.
questions. Liz has a question.
Yeah.
I have a geography question. It's two. Where is Oral Roberts?
Paging Google.
Where is
We're looking
That
it up.
is a good question.
And then Marquette,
think
is that
I think
in
it's in Virginia.
Oklahoma? Is that what we're hearing?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Is it
That's
Oklahoma?
scary.
Okay, all right.
You
right.
see, you don't just skip
There you go.
bracketology, you get geography here.
That's right.
Yes. What was the second
In our
question?
Survivor Challenge.
Marquette is in, is that Virginia? No.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
easy to remember. Marquette,
I'm
Milwaukee.
learning today.
I believe the 1977 national champion
That was a
Wow.
long
with
time
Al
ago.
McGuire as the head
Wow.
coach.
You're getting
That's some
knowledge,
knowledge.
on the bracket
Knowledge.
challenge.
They're competing
All of
against
it.
Bird. It's
All
not
of it.
fair.
There is some
All right.
Lots of learning.
Yeah.
There's my East. Go Kansas State. All right, let's move on to the next bracket. What do we got next?
Midwest.
Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Midwest. Houston.
Okay.
I'm feeling you, Houston, for so many reasons.
That's a good
One,
team. That's a
my
good
family's
team.
from Texas. My mom was born in Texas, so I'm just picking Houston for that reason.
Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, Houston is a very, very good team this year. They are solid. They have done very well, and I think they have a really good shot of cutting down the nets in Houston. And wouldn't that be something to see Houston do it in Houston?
Wouldn't it be something to be in the room when the Texas A&M fans argue with the Texas fans
Yeah, Aggies
on
versus
that battle?
Longhorns. You know,
that stirs some emotion right there.
You got to shake it up a little bit. You got to shake it up, and I think that would be how fun would that game be? That would be an amazing game to be at. So I kind of hope it happens for just that.
Okay.
Oh, well, you're welcome, Paul. See, I'm here for just my friends.
Must-see TV right there.
Make them happy.
Okay.
Xavier seems like a solid choice. I believe we have a local Bay Area tie to Xavier as well. We have a local student.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
we have a prep star that is at Xavier, not Xavier.
Xavier. I'm getting
Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah.
I didn't say I like to say Xavier. I like to say Marquette, but now I'm saying Xavier right. Okay. So we got that. We got Mississippi State, Pitt. We'll see how that rolls. But either way, Xavier is moving on to the next round there. I got Miami, Florida. I got Kent State here. This is my upset for this round. This is my little Cinderella story, which I hope happens. I hope they take out the Hoosiers. Kent State, because why not? Thank you.
A lot of people are in love with that matchup.
That's
right?
Yeah, seriously.
Why not? I think I have some notes here why, but we're not going to worry about that.
Right.
So we're just going to roll with Kent State. We're going to roll with Miami, and we're going to keep it with Houston as they take it all the way, in my opinion. But I'll show you that graphic. Local team a little bit of love. St. Mary's, we are sending you the good vibes, and I'm hoping you get all the way. Unfortunately, Kansas is going to take you out, but hey, you can try again next year.
Major moment for a mid-major conference.
Big deal to get that far for them.
Yep.
All right, so again, Kansas, I don't think there's any surprise there. Actually, Kane, one of our writers in the morning, is a Jayhawk, and so I thought it'd be fun to include Kansas just for him.
All right.
All right, Arkansas beating Illinois. Pretty solid pick there. Against St. Mary's, a 5 seed moving on. I think that's a good choice.
Are you going against your own?
Against
ASU?
Well, I am a realist.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
I am a realist. Say what you want.
Yes.
Say what you want. I am a realist. So don't be passive about it today.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know what else to say about that. It is what it is. I'm sorry. So TCU is going to move on past ASU, but they're, the Zags are going to get it done, and they're going to go pretty far. Zags, one of the best teams in the country as well. I don't think you would ever count them out. I didn't pick Northwestern because I applied and I didn't get in, so I will never like you.
Personal.
It is personal for me.
Karma. That's karma.
I'm with you there.
You could have had me, but no, ASU got me. Boise State, just because I feel like it's a solid pick at 10. And again, I don't like Northwestern. UCLA, I kept it local. It's California, but UCLA is a solid team. I am keeping Boise State, though, with a little bit of an upset there, which I think will be a lot of fun. This is what makes March Madness. You have a lot of fun with the upsets.
Since we're learning.
We're learning. What are we learning?
So in Idaho, they say Boise.
Oh, God.
Right.
Boise State.
Boise.
Well, the rest of the nation is Boise.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when I worked in Idaho, I got learned. Got educated when I was there.
Okay.
Say Boise.
Boise. Thank you, Ryan Yamamoto.
We are learning
Thank you for that.
today.
There's some learning.
Yeah, we are learning. Okay, so that's my West. I think it's pretty solid. I'm feeling pretty good about my West. So here we go. We got Alabama taking out Kansas State. That'll be fun for Kansas, but Alabama, Roll Tide, is going to do pretty well. Not going to get past Houston. And then I'm going to head over here, and you can see Kansas is not going to get past Houston. But Jayhawks are going to do well. They did well last year. Pretty solid team. They had a lot of seniors that graduated, so I still think they're pretty good. Houston, though, I got my
That is
money.
a very popular pick. Very popular pick.
Thank you.
All right, G. Well done.
Excellent.
All right, so let's bring in the newbie with her picks, and that would be Jocelyn Moran.
Can I walk there now? Cool.
When she's not vibing in reggaeton, the San Diego State Aztec is a Bay Area sports superfan. The newest member of Survivor Bracket Challenge, Jocelyn Moran.
All right, so there is no strategy here at all for me. Absolutely no strategy. I am going by colors. I am going for San Diego State. Listen, they don't, pay me to talk about sports because I'm an expert. It's because I'm a super fan. That is exactly why. I'm a super Bay Area sports fan and SDSU. So you know what? I'm going against everyone here. Yeah. Do you see that? I'm going against everyone here.
Wow.
You know what? I'm just going to
She's got the Aztecs going on.
Okay,
Wow.
look, the Air Forces are a little bit dirty here. Okay, let's just focus on the Sox here. Get San Diego State, Aztec right here.
To win.
Listen.
Wow.
Listen. All right.
Is this just blind faith? Did you just go, San Diego State all the way.
No. I said San Diego State because I knew it was going to go against everyone, right?
Wow, she's got Furman taking out Virginia.
Yes, Furman.
Wow.
Furman is going to be my Cinderella story here.
Furman, the
So
small liberal arts school
right,
taking out Virginia. Okay.
So let's see some other picks. Also, SDSU just came back from the Mountain West Conference Championship.
Yes.
All right, they were champions.
Okay.
All right.
Respect.
Okay, and I'm going against all of y'all. I'm picking SDSU to go all the way there. UCSB didn't accept me, so that was the reason for that.
Okay, all right. That's a hard school to get in.
Exactly. Duke, because Duke is Duke, right? Louisiana for Travis, our producer. That is exactly why I did it. Kentucky. Okay, Vern, please correct me if I am wrong here. I thought Kentucky they lost in the first round last year against St. Peter's, and I remember it ruined a lot of people's brackets.
It did. It
maybe
was a complete
right,
bracket
right.
buster.
So
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
bracket.
I feel like they're gonna want revenge this year. They're gonna see.
Wow.
All right, they're gonna want revenge this year. So I got Kentucky.
So she's got
also
the two
going.
blue
See?
bloods meeting
Yes.
each other
Sorry,
to win
Liz. Sorry.
the region. Wow.
Sorry. I did it for Draymond Green. That's why.
Okay.
That is
Green.
why I did it.
All right, that's
All
fair.
right, okay,
Oh,
that's why I did it.
and don't forget Dante DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo
also
too?
Michigan State.
See? Bay Area, represent again.
And
All right,
all
let's go to the
ties
next.
Bay Area.
Let's see. Read the next one. No. Sorry,
Midwest.
I'm going through these.
Midwest.
I'm going through these pretty quickly because again, no strategy. Miami. I like the city. I like Miami, Florida. That is.
As do I.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Let's try to see.
You got Kent State taking out Indiana. Okay.
I do.
All right.
For no specific reason.
Solid
I do
pick.
have Houston going all the way, and I think it's because I
that
remember
story.
their buzzer beater earlier I think it was against Memphis, and I love buzzer
Houston's
beaters.
only lost three
So-
times all year. I mean, they're just a juggernaut.
Okay, so
Talented
I'm
team.
going Houston all the way. Xavier.
Yes.
Okay. Xavier. G, right. I picked them because of the Bay Area connection here. Again, we're a
Okay,
big
all
Bay
right.
Area sports fan here. Are there any other surprises that I'm missing here? I mean, I'm sure there's a few.
No.
All right.
No
All
surprise
right.
in Texas.
Next one.
All right.
In the
Okay,
West.
St. Mary's. Look at that.
Wow. Hey, look
St.
at
Mary's.
that. Wow.
Okay. I heard a soundbite from Logan Johnson earlier this week where
Okay.
he was telling the doubters, just wait and see. And so I love that. I love that. I think that they're going to have motivation.
Yep.
They had their send-off today. I was there, led there, a lot of people cheering them on. They're also, the only school representing the Bay Area here? So
Yeah,
we're
the
all
only
St.
men's
Mary's.
school.
All right.
The only men's school.
Because you got Stanford.
Yes,
women.
that's true.
Don't forget-
Stanford.
don't forget about
Sorry,
Stanford.
just the men's school. Yeah, I mean, Stanford, what?
Yeah,
Number
they're a number one seed,
Number
yeah.
one seed, yeah. Howard, guys, one of my best
16
friends went to
taking out a 1.
Right, yes,
Wow.
I do. My best friend went to Howard. That is why. Okay, right there. And
That would be
you got to root for an underdog. Okay?
That would be
be
one
a
of
great
the
story.
shockers of shockers.
That'd be the
That would be
that would
greatest
happen.
upset ever.
Story.
that would ruin everyone's brackets except
I mean,
mine.
that would be that's although it kills me to say it, but
What?
that's in the area of UMBC taking out Virginia. I
know.
Years ago, that 16 taking out a 1.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. I got to root for the teams in the Mountain West. So I actually think Nevada's going to be ASU, and I think Nevada's going to go here, rooting for the Wolfpack. Gonzaga, because I learned how to properly say Gonzaga last year.
Drew, Timmy,
Yeah.
and the boys going all the way. Yeah.
UCLA, because I wish I would have gone to UCLA.
Oh, no, you don't.
Well, not wish. I
you
wish I would have been
don't?
accepted. I love San Diego State. I'm not that I wish I would have gone there. I wish I would have been accepted.
You made the right
You wanna
That was
choice.
my
pin them
dream
down.
school. That
You
was my
made
dream
the right
school. But
choice.
San Diego State all the way. Okay, do we have one more or do we go to the Final Four now?
Well, I just like that rematch
Yes.
of the
All right.
San Diego State in the
Very good
Final
match.
Four.
All right, but
Wow.
Gee, look where I'm leaning with you, Houston.
Houston, Houston
You know why
Cougars.
though? You know why? Because my teams tend to break my heart at the very end. They tend to give me hope, and then they tend to break my heart at the very end. So that's my strategy. I'm going with heart. I'm going with San Diego State, but
you
Houston
are.
at the very
She's
end.
got
Way to
2
go.
mid-majors in the Final Four in
does,
Gonzaga
she
and San Diego
Do
State.
you see? Did
Wow.
y'all hear all the shockers while me going through this? This is why I did it. This is why I'm
You
part of
wanted to
this.
shock and awe.
Yeah. Yes.
Shock and awe.
Everybody.
Watch you win.
All right, San Diego State, guys.
She's
San
gonna
Diego
win.
State.
People will remember her bracket, but forget ours
yes.
because
San Diego
we're
State.
all-
Well done.
All the good stuff.
All right.
All the upsets.
Go mornings. Go mornings.
Love that. Love that.
Where do I go? Back that way? I'm
All
going
right,
back.
so we'll get a quick reminder, okay, of everyone's picks. Here we go, full screen.